First at 5:30, the aftermath of severe storms impacting West Michigan. Thank you so much for joining our continuing coverage. I'm Charlie Tinker.
And I'm Juliette Dragas. It's been nearly 24 hours since an EF1 tornado sent many running for cover.
It went silent, it went still, and then all of a sudden the gust of wind hit and it blew us back
into the house.
Scary moments for people who were just going about their Thursday night and then suddenly having to go to the basement or take other shelter as these powerful storms whipped through.
Yeah, those storms fired off around 8:15 last night. The National Weather Service confirming the EF1 tornado touched down near 6 Mile and Peach Ridge in Alpine Township with winds topping out at 110 miles per hour. It then traveled east-northeast for about 9 miles before dissipating west of Rockford High School.
The storm knocked out power to tens of thousands of Consumers Energy customers. Many are still without electricity, as you can see from the Consumers Energy outage map. Consumer says some may be without power until Sunday.
We have team coverage tracking some of that tornado damage. 13 on your sides. Jeremiah Brown is live in one of the hardest hit areas.
Jeremiah's in Alpine Township and Wilshire, near Wilshire and Alpine. And what are you seeing there, Jeremiah?
Julia and Charlie, those in this neighborhood tell us that the damage was worse than they thought as the sun came up this morning. They say while just about everyone has debris to clear and many homes experience substantial damage, though they say the way neighbors are coming together to help each other is outstanding. Work is being done across the neighborhoods to clear trees from yard and on tops of homes. One of the most severely damaged homes, neighbors tell us that the family is safe but are in a hotel as their kitchen and garage were destroyed. Local kids from Comstock Park schools arrived in the neighborhoods to assist those clearing debris. Here's what they had to say.
I got the urge to just help people because I felt bad that everyone else's houses were just either destroyed or trees were falling down in their yards. So I just thought I'd go help out my community a little bit.
And then so we saw that their backyard was messed up, so we just wanted to help.
So we started helping.
We cleaned up their whole backyard.
Put some trees down.
And
we didn't stop until it was done.
There's elderly people that can't do it for themselves, so they need some help.
The volume is picking up here as crews and volunteers are working to clear some of these large trees. We'll have more from here at 6 o'clock. Live from Alpine Township, I'm Jeremiah Brown, 13 on your side.
We have had multiple crews covering the storm starting last night and throughout today.
Absolutely. 13 on your sides. Veronica Ortega spoke to homeowners in Plainfield Township as the daylight revealed the extent of the damage there.
A clearer picture of the substantial damage caused by storms is visible by daylight. Roofs ripped off of homes, garages ruined, and debris everywhere.
And everyone in the neighborhood just gathered out here because their house is the most got damaged.
The damage caused by the storm was swift and unexpected for the people of this Kent County neighborhood.
And I got in, closed the patio door, and as soon as I did that, I see this lightning and a huge thunder came in, and then a sound that I've never heard before. And my daughter looked and she starts watching the furniture from outside. It just went up and down, and the table, the big table, and just fell down. And that's when we just ran down to downstairs.
They say the sights and sounds were scary, but it drove them to their safe place.
I wasn't expecting this, and the thunder was very loud, so I felt like that was off. And then my dad called me down or whatever, and he's like, look at the weather app. He didn't know my phone was upstairs. So I grabbed my phone, and then my window blew out while I was in there, so I started ducking and then ran down the stairs and went in the basement.
There may be holes in some homes and lost items, but the owners say it can all be replaced or fixed.
Honestly, as long as our family is okay, my daughter's okay, my husband, it's a damage, can get fixed.
For those people who were not impacted by the storm, they're out here helping their neighbors clean up, which could take a couple of days, but it's a perfect example of a community coming together to lift each other up during difficult times. Veronica Ortega, 13 on your side.
Another hard-hit area in Kent County is along 7 Mile Road in Alpine Township. We took our drone there today to get a view of the damage above, and look at that. 13 on your sides, Trevier Gonzalez continues our team coverage now. He was in Alpine Township today as neighbors were assessing the damage.
The whirring of chainsaws is a very apparent sound as a result of yesterday's storm, as efforts continue to not only get the lights back on, but also clear the area of trees and other debris. Some individuals truly have their work cut out for them. A busy morning and day for linemen working to restore power throughout Kent County.
Never seen anything like this.
The unrelenting storm that has not yet been confirmed to be a tornado, easily toppling utility poles and trees. A damaged travel trailer on its side right in front of consumers. Storage units torn open. Across the street, one business along Alpine completely decimated. And a very similar story at a close-by neighborhood on Division.
We just grabbed the dogs and took cover.
Zach Comer weathering the storm from his truck. The power to his home and street already out by the time he came home.
My wife said, "Oh my God." And we looked forward and the telephone lines, everything was just completely uprooted and gone. And then our truck started to shake and we just kind of covered up, hoping that it would be okay.
Comer and his wife are okay. Despite having his backyard ravaged by the winds, others had it much worse. His neighbors who weren't home having to deal with an RV demolished in the front. Today, marking the start of what will likely be a difficult recovery for many.
We're going to just continue to assess the damage and take it off one bite at a time.
Since early this morning, we have seen employees with Consumers Energy working to get the electricity back on. At the same time, I spoke with one resident who was siphoning gasoline in order to power his generator. He says he's prepared to not have power for a couple days. In Alpine Township, Trevier Gonzalez, 13 on your side.